guys, your chief visionary Natasha Davis here with Impact Branding, and I am dropping another 5 simple steps series. This is actually, I'm going to do step number 4 and step number 5 all together because it kind of goes together really nicely, right? And this month we are focusing on how to make your marketing more successful and how to make it less complex and to make it more fun and easier, right? And most people get hung up in marketing versus advertising versus branding, and if it's what's this and what's that. So, this series is really set to kind of dissect it and unpack it so that you have a much clearer picture. So this particular series, I'm going to cover 4 and 5, step 4 and 5, and I want you to put it all together. So step 4 is mostly focused on how do you actually avoid doing microwave marketing? What am I talking about? That quick fix marketing where you think you can just pop it in there 15 seconds and voila, you're done and you have this amazing campaign and amazing outcomes. Doesn't happen. Doesn't happen at all. So I want you to think about what you're actually doing. And remember this, marketing is either going to attract or repel your ideal client. And if you do it correctly and you do it strategically, it will benefit you in the long run and over time. So remember, branding first, marketing second, advertising third. You don't do advertising first. Don't mix it up, right? B.M.A. All right. So with your marketing, here's what I want you to think of. If you do approach marketing as this microwave quick fix thing, it actually will cost you way more money. You'll have less outcome and it takes longer. It's a lot of waste of time. So I want you to think of Pimp. I want you to pimp your marketing, right? And this is what I use. This is what I tell my clients. I'm like, we need to pimp your marketing. Let's pimp your marketing. And so what does that mean? Pimp your marketing allows you to be a little bit more strategic and it keeps your finger on the pulse. So P.I.M.P stands for what? I want you to plan it. I want you to implement it. I want you to monitor it. And then I want you to pivot. So let's break down each one. When you plan your marketing, you have a clear plan of what you're going to do, who you're going to talk to, what are you talking about, and you're not trying to put 5 different things in it. Just really have a clean, very clean slate you're working with. So you plan it. Then I actually want you to implement it because some people will sit here and plan themselves right into poverty because they never push the button, they never implement, or they wait until it's absolutely perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just need to be able to get the message across. And I always say, choose to be clear instead of being clever. Choose to be clear instead of being clever. Don't try to be so clever that you lose clarity. All right, so you plan, you implement, you must monitor it. You don't just set it and forget it. All right, don't just set it and forget it. You need to monitor it. Is it doing what it's supposed to do? Is it reaching the audience it's supposed to reach? Is it converting the way it's supposed to convert? What is it doing? But you don't just set it and forget it. And here's the other thing. Don't put it up one time and think it's going to do this amazing thing. You have to stay on with it. Here's the other thing. After you monitor it, you have to pivot. Pivot means I'm monitoring it. Either it's working or it's not working. And then I have to make the adjustments necessary. Oftentimes people forget that marketing is a consistent, ever-changing aspect of business. You don't set it and forget it. You have to stay on with it, right? And inside of marketing, I want you to remember you're going to use 2 forms of marketing, inbound and outbound marketing. Inbound marketing allows the marketplace to find you because you're using this broad base of lead generation. Things like infographics, social media, landing pages, you're showing up in interviews. It helps the marketplace to find you. Now, outbound marketing helps you find the market through very targeted lead generation. What does that mean? Like you do specific networking, direct mail campaigns, pay-per-click, direct sales, online campaigns, even being a sponsor at an event. Those are some outbound marketing approaches. In today's world in which we do business, you need both of them. You need inbound and outbound. Inbound, they find you. Outbound, you find them. There's a big difference in the two, and you use different distribution channels in order to accomplish that. So that's your marketing. I want you to think, when you think of marketing, I want you to pimp your marketing. Plan it, implement it, monitor it, and then pivot it, right? All right, awesome. So now step number 5 is the advertising piece of the puzzle. And I know that people are like, well, it's the same thing. No, it's not. Advertising is generally where you're paying to show up somewhere, but you're actually trying to accomplish something very different with advertising. Because advertising, as I told you before, in step 1, is the great equalizer. It helps you to mobilize the message to the masses. And so you're not trying to use advertising to make this big conversion. You're using it to bring this awareness out, right? So when you think of advertising, here's what I want you to think of. I want you to think you're going to rip into the market with advertising, R.I.P. So what does R.I.P mean? It means that you reinforce, you remind, you inform, and you persuade. You remind, you inform, and you persuade. Rip means you rip into the market through advertising because you're using advertising to remind people, to inform people, and to persuade the people, to persuade the marketplace, right? You can't use advertising to convert people into sales because it is the equalizer. You're mobilizing the masses, and people know you paid to get this platform so you can say whatever you want to say, right? And so you use advertising as a great equalizer to mobilize the message, and I want you to rip into the market with advertising, remind, inform, persuade, and I want you to use marketing. I want you to pimp your marketing, which is you're going to plan it, implement it, monitor it, and then pivot it, right? Awesome. And so here's what I'll leave you with. Don't try to do a billion things in one. Don't sit here and put a marketing and advertising campaign to market 5 different products and services. Don't do that. Have a plan. Here's what we're focused on this quarter, this month. Move that message, do the advertising, make the connection, race to connect, right? Race to connect, and make it all come together. This is how you can have more successful marketing and you can have fun with it as well. I'm your Chief Visionary, Natasha Davis, Impact Branding. This is your 5 Simple Steps series. And I hope that you subscribe to my YouTube page, Impact Branding videos right here. And also I want you to continue to watch and share the good information. Yay. All right. I'll see you next month for the next series, 5 Simple Steps.